Now I got to start over. I got to start all over. I have my microphone set wrong, but I'm back now. Okay. So what I said is, good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank y'all for coming by. I know this intro is a little different than what you accustomed to, because Jason the Lion is on the way, and y'all know how it is when you got kids and you got to deal with stuff, and Daddy is there to take care of business. So I'm gonna hold it down for him until he get here. But when he get here, we probably gonna have to do all this over again. Oh, he already here. Look at him, he's laughing at me. Hold on.
What's going on? What's going on, brother?
Hey man, hold on. Go ahead.
Good evening, America. It is I, Jay Sims the Lion, fresh out on the street, back into the studio. I had to run some errands, do some things, but we are here tonight, Thursday night, for the Book of Man book study. The Way of the Superior Man. It is I, Jay Sims the Lion, with none other than the Doc. What's going on, big brother?
That's better. that feel a little better. Now I'm ready to go. Pretty good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How the sound coming through? I feel like I'm cutting in and out.
Nah, you good, man.
Okay.
You good to go. Man, look. Hold on. All right, y'all know. All right, shout out to OG. He is here as always. Always, Amir. Hey man, thanks for tuning in. I see you in the chat there. And Jamel, hey man, it's been good to see you, brother. So yeah, we good to go, man.
Hey man, I'm glad to be back, man. I missed last week and I missed the weekend running around with family, dealing with this. We'll talk about it offline, but dealing with some stuff, man. We good to go. Though. I'm glad to be back.
Oh, for certain. So yeah, we are here, man. Look, let's go ahead and get this show on the road.
Okay.
Number one, if y'all want to interact with us, y'all know how I go. Go ahead and drop a comment down there below. We'll see it. We'll throw it up there. We'll talk about it. Whatever questions, comments, concerns, whatever you got, put it down there. We'll see it on the screen. If you want to participate in the book study, you feel like you got something to say that is too much to type, go ahead and type in the comments, I want to come on, something like that. I'll shoot the link out there and bam, you up here with us. What we got coming up Friday night, we should be doing a nerd show tomorrow, long as my son is here, but we'll be doing it Saturday. We should be here Saturday with a talk with Doc and the Lion Saturday.
Oh yeah, we'll be here Saturday.
Yes. Also, I got a special guest lined up probably the Saturday after that. It's gonna be fun, man. I'm loving it. I can't wait to go. So let's do it, man.
Oh yeah, that'll work out real nice, man. So what we covering tonight? What chapters we got for them tonight, Doc?
All right, look, we are like part 6 is wrapping up. We're gonna be finished with this book in about a month, maybe less.
Yes.
So last week we talked about chapter 41, turning your lust into gifts. And basically what that was, man, is like the energy that we use for stuff, we can use it for other things. You know how you feel energized when you see a woman that you like, or somebody that look the way you want them to look, and we lining up. You can use that energy for something else. You know what I'm saying? You could take that same energy and put it toward your purpose, put it toward whatever. Now, he wasn't saying to like ignore the women and stuff like that, but he was saying to use that same kind of energy to promote yourself.
Right. Because you gonna get the energy anyway. It's gonna come. So you gotta figure out something to do with it, because chasing women all the time ain't necessarily the best route.
No. And this is kind of what he's talking about here. So let's look at this. Chapter 42 of part 6. Never allow your desire to become suppressed or depolarized. So I know all y'all ain't been in school in a super long time. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. So let me set it for you. I know it's some smart people out there. They already know what's up, but let me set it up. Polarity. Think about a magnet. A magnet with a North Pole and a South Pole, 2 magnets. They attract together. But if it's 2 North Poles, they push apart. 2 South Poles, they push apart. Now, keep that in mind as we go through this. Now, he says when a man denies his desire for feminine, either by choice or due to familiarity, it is a sign of his depolarization, even toward the world. You getting the same. Now you pushing apart from everything. Then they say you may seek a mistress to reinvigorate him, but this is usually only a temporary and complicated solution, since it's only a matter of time before his mistress also becomes familiar and thus tiresome. So you're going to go through things to kind of get the energy going, get the spark going, and it's going to lead to the same thing. To me, it's just like doing drugs. You know, you do the drugs, you drink, you be all right for a minute, and then as soon as you sober up, you still got to deal with it.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. I'm going to try to relate it to things that are going on in current society. Because this is what, when I first initially read this chapter, what it made me think about. The men who are, I forget what they call them, the ones that are just walking away from women.
Oh, yeah. That's like,
Nick,
I guess they say that's monk mode, I guess. No,
yeah,
people can go monk and still be dealing with people, but y'all know what we're talking about. They just walking away from
yeah.
people altogether.
They just, I'm not dealing with women at all. Do you
MGTOW.
think, there it is. Men going their own way, MGTOW, right. So do you think this is similar to what they're talking about? That particular concept is basically what he's saying here in this book?
Yeah, I guess from what I'm getting out of it, you can turn yourself off to so many things until you get turned off from life altogether.
Right. So that being said, do you think that is a bad approach for men to take as far as the MGTOW thing?
All right, I'm gonna say this. Dudes, you can do whatever you want to do. It don't, hey, I ain't gonna tell you what to do. If you want to go your own way, hey, go your own way. I ain't gonna stop you. But in the long run, I think as people, we are meant to interact and be interdependent. And when you move to being by yourself, then you start, a part of you dies at that point. The part of you that relates to other people, the part of you that does all that kind of withers away. And you can probably say, yeah, I can just, me and my homeboys, we just talk. That's it. But it's kind of like this. Do you eat the same food every day?
No, I do not. It's kind of
like eating that quick thing of instant oatmeal every day. For a minute, you're going to be all right with it. Some of us can eat the same thing every day for a couple of weeks. But after a while, the taste buds start wearing out.
I think it is a decent approach, like you say, for a short term. I don't think we are, as human beings, not just men or women, but as human beings, designed to live our life alone or without companionship.
No. And this speaks to the habit of people to find things to replace what's missing inside of them. And they try to fill the hole with all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And nothing ever work.
Right.
Here he said he must cultivate a polarized relationship to his woman and his world if he is to remain in relationship with him. That second part, I know he comes from the angle of men and women, but that second part is important too, because you can have somebody that's ruined and they hate the whole world. They hate everything. It don't matter. And when you start hating the world like that, you can't move yourself forward in life. You can't do it because you hate everything.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most important part about this is when you do suppress, your feelings and your emotions and all that kind of stuff, sooner or later you just kind of shut down. And I think, we all have desires of all kinds, and some of them are unhealthy, and you have to learn to control it and to deal with it. But I think when you get to the point of suppression is when when you have an issue.
So look at this, what he said. He talked about cultivating that relationship with the world and with women. And then you just said suppression. They're two opposite things.
Correct.
And they happen on purpose. It just don't happen when you suppress something, you actively trying to hold it down.
Yes.
When you cultivating something, you actively trying to grow it. And what a superior man does is try to grow these relationships and grow this thing and see the world through more than just the surface level. Because these chapters right here, this is some metaphysical stuff. The more I thought about it, I saw bits of it, but the more I thought about it, the more I started to realize exactly what he was talking about, especially connecting to the world.
Right.
Now he says something here where he talked about getting to the point to when you were a woman and you just putting up with her, and she always getting on your nerves, and she ain't happy, and you ain't happy. And the reason why he say that is because of that negative polarity, y'all pushing apart. So what he's encouraging us to do is try to flip it around and try to pull together.
Right.
But I ain't gonna tell you no lie, it ain't easy, especially when somebody's getting on your nerves and you just like, man, look, I'm about done with this.
And I think that's when you have to go back to some of the things in the previous chapters where it talks about, are you in this relationship, going after your purpose? Are you doing all things you should be doing as a man to bring that feminine energy that you need from this woman out? So I think that's one of the biggest parts. It's not just, oh, what can I do to get her to act different? What can I do for me to act different?
Yes, and
go ahead. Yeah, that might pull something else out of the woman.
Like I always tell folks, and I tell kids this too: you cannot change other people. The only thing you can change is yourself. And once you change I learned this long time ago, man. It was a point, in our marriage, man, stuff was getting a little rough there. And whatever I did, she wasn't responding to it. What they say, she wasn't picking up what I put down.
It
wasn't happening. Or she'd pick it up and drop it. It was kind of rough.
Pick it up, she'd say she ain't want that and throw it back down.
Man, it was, whew. And at that point, we was like 14, 15 years together, and that had hit. And it was rough for a while. And I mean, it was due to some death in the family and some stuff hit her hard. All that stuff happened. But that's when I realized I can only change me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, by changing you make the other person either pull closer to you or push away. Now, when you change yourself for the better and they pull closer, that's supposed to happen. If you change yourself for the better, you get in better shape. You start acting better, treating people better. You make more money. You do all of this stuff. And if they still running away, man, don't call them back. Let them run.
But I agree. And that's what I'm saying. You got to, first you have to address yourself.
Yes.
What's the product you putting out there? Maybe the product you putting out there ain't very desirable. You got to change. You got to change the product you putting out. And first, you got to address that first. Okay, hey, all right, maybe I haven't been very attentive. Maybe I haven't done what I can do in my career. Maybe I haven't spent the time in the gym I should have spent the time in and made myself a desirable, person.
Right.
And then once you do all that, then it becomes, hey, listen, you talk to that person. I've done all on my work. When are you gonna start doing some work on your side? But it's hard to make that demand of somebody else if you haven't demanded it from yourself.
Yeah, but we are influencers. He talks about this in one of the earlier chapters about when we behave more masculinely, it causes her feminine to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you better yourself, then the other person should be trying to get better too.
Right.
But he says something here. Well, hold on, let me go back before I even say that. I had a saying that said, every villain believes they're the hero.
Yep.
Every villain believes they're the hero.
Everybody the hero in their own story.
You could be the villain. You could be the villain. Here you go. So Amir said, giving me the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius vibes. Man, I love that stuff, man. All of that, man, boy, you hit it on the head. That is it. We got to better ourselves. But look what he says here. During these times that when you depolarize, when you're not attracting to anything, As a matter of fact, when you think about it, depolarization, you are either attracting nothing, pushing everything away, or nothing is attracting to you. What kind of man you have to have nothing attract to you? Nothing. You can't attract no money. You can't attract no job. You can't even attract friends. The dogs don't even want to be around you.
Not the dog. Not the dog. Dog.
They don't even want you. So if you realize you at that point where everything is running away from you, take a self-examination, look at yourself and see what you can change. No, you know what? Because when I say what people can change, they start to think something wrong with them. Make yourself better.
Improve. See what you can improve.
Yes. So Damien said they move based on how we move.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can definitely address yourself and address how you come into the house and address the things how you move and your energy and force all. I don't want to use the word. Well, I'm going to use the word force and force a different reaction or a different type of energy into your home. And this is something I have done successfully and something I have failed at. And I can admit that. And like so many things in this book, and I have to say this, and I'll keep saying it, you have to be intentional. It's not just going to happen out of the damn sky. You have to be intentional.
But you know what, though? Some of us are intentional on the negative things.
Yes,
and that's what he's talking about. And that leads me right into the part I was about to read. During the times of depolarization, during these times, you probably begin to feel the same disregard toward the world. Over time, you may lose interest in your projects and career. He calls it losing interest.
Right.
But there's some people out there, they so down and they so depolarized from everything till they stop caring. They don't even wash every day. They might wash a couple of times, don't brush their hair, don't do nothing. And you can tell.
I tell you, I'll give you prime example of men when they get like this. When a man is unemployed.
Yeah.
You will find a man, because we put so much of who we are is based on what we do. And we'll lose that purpose and you will see men fall apart.
Yeah. And that's why, and OG made a post in the group that was like wonderful, man. And I wish I would have made it, but I got to give him the credit. And he was talking about what's your purpose.
Yep.
And it could be anything, multiple things to keep you motivated and fulfilling your purpose. And the way he said it, he's like, I'm not asking you to comment. You know, if you want to comment, you can, but just to get people to start moving toward that purpose. And this goes into that. I recently went through this whole thing. Like, I'm trying to figure out where I'm pointing myself next. And I did something that I wrote a long time ago, how to find your purpose. And I went through those exercises again. And what I thought was my purpose wasn't detailed enough. And I found, man, yeah, my purpose is to help people become better stewards of life.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that. Steward of life.
Yes. A better steward of life itself. That's all of this stuff. So if my purpose is that, no matter what happened, that's what I'm working toward. Everything else is just a job.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. But he's saying here too, all right, he goes into the relationship part, right? And he says this: every moment you treat your woman as simply a childcare helper or a buddy, you are neutralizing the same sexual differences that would secretly attract you to another woman. Over time, you begin to behave more sexually neutral toward your woman than you do with other women you meet throughout the day. So listen to that.
That's
we
interesting.
do it because we treat them. That's why, you know what? That's why I say this. And people always say, yeah, my wife, my best friend.
Nope.
Well, she ain't. She my wife. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother position of royalty in the kingdom over here.
Yeah. That's above best friend.
Y'all my friends.
Right. And listen, that's not to say your woman shouldn't be your friend, but that her spot is not to be your best friend.
Exactly.
Her spot is to be your wife.
That's right. And he talks about, oh, where is that? Where he talks about the things that you get. Oh no, that's the next chapter. Never mind. I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna save that one to the next one, that we can finish off this section. But basically treat her like a wife, or your girl or whatever you got. Treat her like that, not just the best friend. You know, I tell my wife there are certain things that's reserved just for her.
Right.
Just for her. Hey Fritz, what's happening, man?
Good evening.
But basically what he getting to here is that it's all on us.
Oh yeah.
Everything is on us. And he talks about how superior man know for a fact some things he can't change, but he go through himself and affect change through affecting change within himself.
Yeah, and I think this is a lot about that influence you were talking about earlier, by putting a better product forward for yourself to influence those around you. And I just feel like this is one of those things that can sneak up on you.
Yeah.
You can kind of be, this is one of those times you can be going through the motions, and then all of a sudden you look up and you just there, she's just there, you just there, and there's no more that what they call that spark, or that energy, or that drive, or that fire, and you have to do things to build that back up.
But look at this. He says, when your woman is looking withdrawn, dark, and downright ugly, assume she is a goddess and needs your divine invasion of her heart and body. Then this part is important. Notice the insipid feeling of disgust for her dark mood and take utter responsibility for her transformation. So basically right here, you notice something ain't right. You notice, you looking at her, interacting with her, and you just really don't like her that much that day. And as a matter of fact, you ain't been liking her too much this month, or for a couple months. And what he's saying right here, you could do things to transform her mood. I mean, this is like, and some people would say, well, I'm not responsible for somebody else. But according to this is disavowing the power and influence that you have. That's what a lot of us don't realize. We have that power and influence to do all of these things. Now, actually doing it, that's a whole nother story. But you have the power to do it. And at the end right here, he said, it only takes a moment of praise and deep appreciation to re-invoke a woman's radiance. It can happen to your woman at the grocery store, at the spa, or when a man signals his appreciation, or it can happen at the kitchen table with you.
Yep.
You don't have to do anything big and special for it. You don't have to do all of this stuff. You're able to re-invoke feelings and stuff just from your presence. We had that much power. But again, for some of us, it ain't that easy.
No, it's one of those things you got to be intentional about. You got to mean to do it. Even if it is small, you still got to mean to do it.
That's right. So Damien said, I can mold her mood through my influence and love.
Yes, you can.
Man, I'm telling you, it's a thing. He said, Fritz said, I recently had a related interaction with someone related to this. So he saw the same thing working. And see, this is what I like to hear, because for me, when I started reading a lot of books and doing things, and when I found out people that's unrelated was saying the same things, there's some truth there.
Yep.
There's something when the pimp and the preacher say the same thing.
Yep.
And there's some truth there.
It is amazing how much they say similar.
A whole bunch. Oh man. So all right. So you want to say anything about any last words on that one?
No, I think we covered it pretty good, fellas, man. Be intentional about making sure things sweet in your household. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. So this next one, chapter 43. Oh, yeah, Fred said it's how you respond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a lot of responsibility, man. I mean, being a man, you have a lot of responsibility and a lot of influence and power. It's just some of us don't know we have it.
I agree. I don't think we understand how much we have.
Yeah. Because the
We
world tells us
are
we don't.
right. We undervalue ourselves.
Mm? All right, let's roll on the 43. All right, look at this. Chapter 43. Use her attractiveness as a slingshot through appearance. Okay. When you first read it, it don't make sense.
Nope.
It don't make a lick of sense. This is another one of those metaphysical kind of things. Okay, let me see if I can explain this where it makes sense. So he started off by saying a good woman, and I highlighted that, a good woman, not everyone, but a good one.
Be very clear about that right there. Say it again, say it again, Doc. What kind of woman?
Not
all of them.
Woman.
Not all the women.
Not all of them.
Not a pretty woman.
Nope.
Now we talking about a good one.
A good one.
Okay, all right. Now go ahead.
Is a source of inspiration and attraction into the world for a man. And then he said he must never forget, however, that neither the world nor his woman is the purpose of his existence. So let's pick that apart right there. A good woman.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Bible talk about a good woman.
Yes, sir.
Precious. But that good woman, no matter how good it is not your purpose.
No.
You're not here for that. That's what it means. Because some of us devote ourselves to that part. But that's not why we're here.
Not why we're here. But what he does say is a good woman can help you.
Yeah. I'm trying not to hit that horn button because, people telling me I've been hitting it too much. But y'all shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Now I'm going to hit it. I'm telling you, man, but you be hitting it. Now, this is the tricky part. He says a man's attraction to women must be converted from attraction to women into attraction through women. That's the tricky part. Some people spend their whole life, even remember as young boys and teenagers, we wouldn't go nowhere. Like the first time, he'd be like, hey, you want to go somewhere? And the first question we asked, girls there?
Yep.
So it's like, they got girls there? Yeah, all right, then I'm going to go.
hey, what your boy Will Smith said? Basketball course in the summertime got girls there. Yeah, I got on kicks, but I need a new pair.
But now think about how many people you know that their whole purpose in life is to be ready for when girls there.
Listen, I got a family member. We was riding one time to go get his brother. 45 minutes. Hey, man, I'm tired. Same family members. We riding to go see some women. 6 hours on the strip. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He never got tired.
He never got tired. Go and get his brother 45 minutes. He was ready to get a wheel up. Go to see some women.
All of that energy, them 6 hours, if he was working towards something, he put that kind of energy into it. What kind of person would he be?
Hey, I'm just saying, we all got our different motivations in life.
Hey, but I'm saying that's the real deal. But so look at here. He says, in your worship of women, never forget that they die. In your enjoyment of pleasure and delight, never forget that your sensations and feelings are fleeting and never enough. Women can attract you, heal you, and inspire your gifts, but they will never satisfy you absolutely. Never. And you know this. That's what he wrote. And you know this. So when you put your all into just that, it's going to stop. It's going to end eventually.
Yep.
It is going to end. Every good thing comes to an end. And that's what he is talking about. Now, let's talk about how what he's talking about is using attraction through women. Again, that same energy. You know, them 6 hours. You got to harness that
Yeah.
same thing and apply to other stuff. And that's the big part about it. So right here, it's an endless and stupid round of mirage, desire, and need. And yet so much of your life goes to looking at, thinking about, and desiring women. It's not something that can simply be shut, but it is something that can be felt through. Look at this. Your purpose comes first.
Always.
Your purpose. He typed that on purpose. he forgot the you are. He meant to put yo.
Your purpose
comes first.
And the beautiful thing about it is, if you find a good woman, aka the right woman,
Mm-hmm.
she gonna want you to be defined and be dedicated to your purpose, because she knows deep down, she knows that's what's gonna really make her happy, and how you gonna be the best man you can be for her.
Exactly. You got to get better, not just that. Because most people who do that, you know, they end up putting themselves in a place that they can't get out of, and their whole world is revolving around that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's saying here is that the same energy, the same things that they invoke, the same things that they do, you can use that to springboard into something else.
Yep.
Like he's talking about this. Now early he said attract women, attract you, heal you, and inspire your gifts, right? This is how you get your side hustle going. If you got somebody on your side, a help meet that's here, you work all day, you come home and you meet her and talk to her. Now you re-energize that same 6 hour energy you got. Now you can go and do something else with it.
Yep.
She's there to lift you up, push you along. You might get home from work. She'll say, hey, baby, how you doing? I fix you something to eat. Here you go, blah, 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 blah. And then, all right, go on and do your thing. I got you. Feeling through your woman.
Mm-hmm. Because we all know, it just takes us back to, what's it called, a muse type of effect. And women can have that effect on men. We all know that, and sometimes it can feel so good. You start to feel like, oh, I need to give it more time and be around her more and suck up more of that energy. But she know how much to give you and let you go ahead go on about your way and keep you on your grind.
Your purpose is attractive to her. Yep.
Absolutely.
And it's, you know what? It's not a vicious cycle. What do you call that thing? But it's like a never ending thing. So the more you make her feel good about herself, pump her up and do that stuff, the more she do for you. And the more she do for you, the more energy and stuff you can have to go do something else. And you filling your own tank.
Right.
Indirectly. So that's why you had the right one. We got to take care of them. Now here he says something interesting. You are that which you seek. And then he said, you are chasing your own tail. And much of the time that tail looks suspiciously like a woman. So think about what he's saying there. You're trying to find something. You're trying to find yourself. You're trying to find a purpose. You're trying to find this and that. And instead of looking for that thing, you're looking for the woman.
Yeah.
Because you think that's what's missing in your life. And actually, that's not what's missing.
Nope.
But once you achieve that purpose or moving toward that, then the other things will be added to you. So we got to go that way, not just singly into that. And we just got to understand what we want, what we need. And here he said, your need is far deeper than any woman can provide. Now, this way to start getting to the metaphysical stuff, because he talk about spiritual oneness and stuff like that. And that's something. The world is more than just what's out there, what you see. It's more than that. And many times we think that this is it. And related to the last chapter, that's why many men sign out of life.
Yep.
They clock out. I'm clocking out. I'm going home. And they get to that. Like, what's worse? When you lead a life when all you do is sleep, work, eat, sleep, and the next day you do it again. Now, for a time period, you got to do that. But do I want to be 50 or 60 years old still doing that?
Well, I think, well, no, the answer is no. But I think, again, it comes back to your purpose. If you know, okay, I'll eat, sleep, work, whatever, but my purpose is to buy a house for my family, or my purpose is to take my family on a nice vacation this summer. It's okay, because again, it goes back to that purpose. What is your reason for doing it? If you're just doing it to do it with no goal, no intention, I'm just getting by, just waking up and no, you get no what's the word I'm looking for? No quality of life from it.
Right.
Then no, it's worthless. That's why everything has to be intentional. You go to work every day with an intention. That's why some people can go to work every day and they spend $20 on lunch because they're not, somebody else, same job, make the same amount of money, bring a lunch every day because they got a bigger goal than just coming to work.
They said that was cheap.
Hey.
Like, Doc cheap. He did that. He cheap.
Yeah, well, shoot, Doc trying to get microphones and stuff for his studio. You understand?
I earned that reputation.
I'll be that. I will be that. Because it's just a matter of, hey, everybody have a different goal. Everybody have a different purpose. And once you find it, it can make your mundane activities worth doing.
Exactly. But you have your focus is elsewhere.
Right.
All right. This is a crazy concept, but I found it to be true. Are you saying nothing wrong with being thrifty?
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I've been eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for about the past 2 weeks. Hey, Fritz said attraction is based upon scarcity. If you have purpose, that takes time and energy, and this works hand in hand. Hold on now. Scarcity of time and energy. If you're giving it all away, but it's between your purpose and you got to get what's left, then it's more valuable.
That makes sense.
Oh, that's a hit right there, boy.
Yeah.
That's a hit. So winding this up at the end, he said women can seem to bring you to your true nature, or they can seem to take you away from it. Let that sink in for a second. Because in the beginning, he talked about the right. Oh, no, he talked about a good woman. The good woman is the one that brings you to who you actually are and uncovers those gifts or has it come out.
Mm-hmm.
The not so good ones suppress it and bury it. I would even say this, and I know this. My wife like attention. She do. But if giving her attention interfered with what I was trying to do, like writing my doctoral study, she wouldn't let me do it. She wouldn't let me give it to her.
Yeah, that's because you got a good woman.
She would run me off. You got to go. Go do that. Go do that. Now after it's over, oh yeah, she want all hers back paid in full. She want all that back.
Yeah, she been tallying that. Yes, the hour there. That's a weekend.
Bro, 7 years. So
this is a weekend. He owe me about 3 weekend trips.
Man, look, that's why we've been going to these hockey games because she like hockey now. So we've been going to these Savannah Ghost Pirate games.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, that's a little hobby for you and the lady to get into. Enjoy yourself.
For sure.
Hey, hockey game's fun. I don't care what nobody say.
Well, hey, man, when y'all come back down to the seaport, you got to go to the Ghost Pirates. Hey, that's for all y'all out there, too. So Ghost Pirates in Savannah, in-market arena. Tickets ain't that expensive. Bruh, y'all got to go. I caught so many fights on tape. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, I'll be back in Savannah the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, man. It's a lot going on that weekend, man. A lot of family members and everything going down. We're gonna have a good time.
All right, all right. Well, we got to get. Oh, yeah, Jamel. He said he game. He was here last week. So yeah, we went and ate lunch real quick together, with the wives and stuff. But yeah, we left them go to Ghost Pirates game. But he said he in on it. Hey, Amir laughing. But man, I'm telling you, man, them Ghost Pirates, I especially want to go with you. Cause I know how you are, especially about that soccer and stuff like that. So I want to see you there. That would be good.
Black folks taking over the hockey game. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, for sure.
They wasn't expecting to see us in there.
So, all right, man. So, any last words on this one?
Man, the main thing is, if you get a hold of a good woman that's helping you push towards your goals and your purpose, hold on to her and use that energy to go to chase that, and then make sure you come back around and give her a little bit so she can keep on pushing you.
Oh, for sure. All right. So we wind this up. Part 7 is body practices. Now this one is it cut a little bit close, and I'm trying to debate whether I'm gonna put this on my page or not.
I think we have to, because you and I both know that the physical is a major thing, and most of it, to me, in my opinion, from what from my reading of it and everything, is about making sure both parties, the masculine and the feminine, enjoy the interaction. And I think a lot of people miss out on that.
Yeah, and he's talking about how to do it.
Right.
And it's actually, when I read it, it's more in depth than just that. I always look past the surface stuff to what he actually talking about. So it's a good opportunity to connect some of that. But part 7 is about body practices. And I'm just gonna say this.
Get your popcorn ready.
Chapter 44. Ejaculation should be converted or consciously chosen. It's stuff like that.
Get your popcorn ready, fellas. Get your popcorn ready. Break out your notebooks.
Yeah, because it's there. Breathe down the front. So how to breathe? Ejaculate up the spine. Stuff like that. So we got those. It's like 3 chapters in this. We'll probably be able to knock that out on the next meeting. Part 8, men's and women's yoga of intimacy. And they'll talk about other physical stuff. And it's like maybe 3 or 4 chapters there, and we'll be done. So we looking for the next book. He said the multi-orgasmic man. Man, that's a thing. That is a thing. But he talking about that. But for the next book, so this was on deck. Now I got to put out a poll to choose it. We got 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson, which that one been sitting on the back burner for a minute.
Yep.
Oh, he said there's a book. The Multi-Orgasmic Man is a book.
Oh, okay.
We'll go back to that. We put it on the list. But yeah, 12 Rules for Life, Jordan Peterson. We was looking at Battle Cry by Jason Wilson. The dude with the big white beard that worked with the boys. Definitely want to get into his stuff. Also, I saw Atomic Habits by James Clear. That one been sitting for a minute too. And actually, OG recommended a book to me the other day. Now I think he already listened to it, but he gonna go back because we do a lot of Audible around here too. But it's called 6 Habits of Growth by Brendan Bouchard. The audiobook was like 5 hours, so that's not too bad.
So just keep in mind, fellas, we coming up down to the end of the stretch on this book. We will be posting another book, in the next week or so, 2 weeks maybe. These are some of the titles. If you have a book that you either heard about or have read, and you want us to do it and review it and do a study on it, feel free to drop it in the group. This is interactive. It's not just what we've seen to read. Maybe it's some stuff you guys saw or read. I think one that was suggested to us was the richest man in Babylon.
That was
that came up. Yeah. So just we interested in whatever's out there that we can think people can grow from and learn from. We want to hear your ideas. We'll put them up on a poll. 6 or 7 books, and we'll read through the one that gets the highest votes.
Well, we get to all of them.
Yeah.
We get to them. It's just a question of what order. All right, man. So you gonna take us to the house?
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man, and joining us this Thursday night. We appreciate your time, appreciate your interaction. We'll be back Saturday and next Thursday. We love y'all, and we out.